morning.
Hey friends, thanks for being here. If you're new, my name is Tori, and today I'm going to be showing you some meals that I've cooked throughout the week. We are trying to stay on this little budget plan of ours, and we are trying to cook from scratch a little bit more. So taking it easy and just having a slow morning is super important, and I find that being able to cook homemade meals that don't break the bank are easy to do when you take it slow, but I understand that is not attainable for every single one of you. So I thought I would make these into more of a meal prep. That way you could take the time whenever you do have it and have some extra meals that you could have for the week, or maybe you could even freeze it. So if you are new, a little bit about us. We are a family of 5. We've recently moved back to our home state of Pennsylvania, and we're in between homes. We're trying to find out a place that we love that we could buy some land and start a little homestead so we can start growing our own food again. We moved from Colorado and we had quite an epic setup going on, but I'm excited to jump into garden season and start having our own meals. But with that being said, I have been trying to shop local. It's a lot easier to do here in Pennsylvania. We have the Amish that we can go with, and it's just a great option. So I'm very thankful for that. So what you just saw was me doing my heavy metal detox, just because I haven't really updated a lot of you on my health journey. That is where I'm at, if that makes sense. So I use Koseva and I really enjoy them. I've used them before. I just do 3 to 5 squirts in my juice in the morning and then go from there. So my second daughter here is, well, my first daughter, but second child is just giving me some love, and I am munching on sweet potato, avocado, cottage cheese, and eggs. So what you saw in the beginning was me meal prepping those sweet potatoes, and then I will have them for the week. It's just been really easy to do, and just having that healthy fat and protein at the start of the morning has been a game changer for me. So we have been looking into our diets for about 2.5 years now, and we really did change our lives just by eating better food. So I hope this is inspiring. We are moving on in the week here, and I'm just prepping cabbage. So a typical Pennsylvania Dutch staple, if you ask me, and I put this in just about everything. I have a plan to make halushki. We have coleslaw. I even saute it with my pierogi. That's really good, and sometimes I just like it with butter and onions, but it's always nice to find them at the Amish stand. I think this one was 75 cents, so quite the deal, and it will feed us, and it is in season. So moving on into a roast. I'm going to have this chuck roast for the week just to pull from whenever we need a snack. So I'm just browning it, and then it's going to go low and slow in my crock pot for about 10 hours with a few spices, some Worcestershire sauce, and some salt and pepper. Totally said that wrong, but I just drip the drippings in here and put it on low.
What a way to go. What we don't know isn't worth a dime, and we need them all. I know you're the worrying kind. Is there any way?
So classically, when I meal prep, I always have some sort of soup or stew, and I'm using a can of soup, gasp, I know, to start this up. So we just like to doctor it up, is what my dad used to say. So I'm adding everything that we have. We have potatoes, I have leftover stock, I'm adding quinoa, I add an onion into it, and so on. I just try and bulk it up. You could totally add meat. I just didn't have any chicken, and this was towards the end of the week. So I love soup as an option because you can use up mostly everything that may be left over in your, refrigerator, and then go from there. I don't really measure. So if you are new here and you're a bit frustrated with that, I do apologize, but I'm pretty good with typing out the recipe, and I don't really follow recipes either, so I can get inspiration, but I just go with my heart. So I do love Pacifica Foods corn chowder. They also have a chili. There's not any strange ingredients in there, and it's pretty good for a canned soup. Definitely high in sodium. Yes, really hard to avoid that when it comes to that kind of food, but I did want to offer you all an option for a shelf-stable situation. Since we are in the preparedness realm here on my channel, I think it's important to have that option so you're not pulling from a refrigerated stock or a freezer stock. So this is the pantries that I'm working with here, and I'm searching for navy beans so I don't have to go in the creepy basement. But we have some navy beans here. They are from Wise. They're not organic, but we are going with it. So just rinse them really well and go from there. If you are using dried beans, that would be a good option. It just may take a little bit longer. So with my soups, I like to freeze the leftovers in a muffin tin, and then they get their shape. I just pop them out, put them in a big gallon Ziploc bag, and then put them in the freezer. That way I can just heat them up in portions, because not everyone's a fan of soup in my home. So this is how the roast is going. It has about 5 more hours, and I just tear it when I need it. So I don't shred it immediately. But here's the soup. I couldn't help but taste it. It was delicious and really enjoyable. So we just added some cheese to it and went from there. You could add some tortilla chips or some sour cream, but it hit the spot, and now we have a meal for the week, and we are moving on to another meal for the week. And it's kind of like a shepherd's pie, a cottage pie. I always get in trouble if I say that, so we're just gonna call it a mountain mama pie, I suppose. But I have ground beef on the stove, I have potatoes boiling, I have green beans and this leftover Colby Jack cheese, and we are gonna layer it in a cast iron and pop it in the oven. This one will feed us probably 3 times this week. It's very dense, I guess you could call it, but I mean, it's super tasty. So you could bring it with some crusty bread. You could add some rice to it even if you wanted to do that, but it's just such a staple for us to have a casserole, cast iron meal throughout the week.
I'm kinda new with apologies. Holding back, I got history. Yeah, yeah. But the way you've been crossing the line, oh, it's something in me that says it's fine. Hoping you wouldn't change me. Got the same old thoughts, be my referee. I will be alright. Never cut it right, but somehow you make me change. Like I'm better off with you. Like I'm better off with you. Kinda used to these battlegrounds where you flee, you don't stick around, no. But the way you've been giving me time, oh, it's something in me that says it's fine. Hoping you wouldn't change me. You got the same.
So that's going to go at 375 for, I would say, 25 minutes, but just keep an eye on it. And I'd go uncovered, but you could do whatever you want. And now I'm making some chocolate chip cookies. It is rainy and a little bit stormy, so we wanted a comfort meal. I wanted them to be pumpkin chocolate chip, but I didn't roast our pumpkin in time. So that is a recipe for another day. I like to make my own pumpkin puree. I don't like to can it. I do like to put it in the freezer though. So I know there are benefits to having shelf-stable foods. I talk about that all the time, but I don't think it's a one-size-fits-all type of situation. I feel like you have to have prepared food in all different forms. The only one that I don't have a lot of is freeze-dried food. So maybe that will be an adventure that we get into at some point, but I'm just enjoying what we have here. So all we did was put some eggs in there and sugar and a little bit of brown sugar and butter, and then I just cream that together, and then we add the flour. I had an interested child, so he is going to step in here and help me a bit, but I did about a cup and a half of flour, but the consistency changes every single time, and it definitely has changed since we've been back here in PA. Altitude definitely affects baking in Colorado, and you had to adapt to that, but ovens do, the temperature of your butter, the quality of your flour, there's so many different factors, and I am the first to say that I'm just not a good baker, probably because I don't follow recipes very well, and I feel like baking is very successful if you do that, but it is still edible, and we had a good time putting it together, so I'm excited.
Never cut it right, but somehow you make me change. Like I'm better off with you. Like I'm better off with you. Hoping you wouldn't change me. Got the same old thoughts, be my referee. I will be alright, never cut it right, but somehow you make me change. You make me wanna do better, I don't know why. You make me wanna do better. You make me wanna do better, I don't know why. I don't know why. Like I'm better off with you. Like I'm better off with
So if time allows, I usually chill my dough, but I scoop it out before I chill it. I just find that it's a little bit easier. So I'm doing the two-spoon method that my grandmother taught me, and we are just going from there. So if you want a more uniformed cookie, definitely use like an ice cream scoop or something like that. But these came out just fine. I will say it got a little hot on the bottom, so we had some burnt cookies, but we will eat the tops of them. No food goes to waste here, and we will give the rest of our scraps to a friend with chicken. So I'm excited to be able to provide that to somebody, because I know I loved having our chickens in Colorado and our ducks because they were just perfect when you needed to get rid of food scraps. So I guess the camera is upside down here now that I'm realizing it. So sorry to make you dizzy, but this is the last recipe for the night. Again, if you're new, just introduce yourself. I'd love to get to know you. We are a small but mighty community here, and it's just a wealth of knowledge in the comments. So I hope you all are doing well wherever you are, and let me know what you're cooking this week. I always love some inspiration. I'm headed to the market tomorrow just to pick up our groceries for the week. So let me know if you want me to try out any recipes that are budget friendly, nothing too fancy, you know. So I'm excited to get some fall videos up, some fall recipes, and I hope you're doing well wherever you are. I'll catch you on the next one. Stay adventurous, stay creative. Bye, y'all.
Going all to different places, different planets. Watch your aura pass me by, losing balance. What if we run out of time and second chances? Empty-handed. You like the fast life, you like to drive and get down and dirty, act like the bad guy. You want some love, be like when you feel like calling at midnight. You got the best of me, you got me losing sleep. I've been hopeful, baby, I was hoping maybe that you crossed my path. I've been sinking lately, and it's hard to move. Think I'm stuck on you. We're in transits, going off to different places, different planets. Watch your aura pass me by, losing balance. What if we run out of time and second chances? Empty-handed. I wonder, would you love me better if I go? I'm not home. I wonder, can we trust the stars above to let us know? I'd go. You only get this life, no guarantees and stars align. Follow your passion trail and try to keep an open mind. Hiding it by myself, no guarantees you'll find me. Said if it's faith you'll find me, leaving the past behind. Would you love me better if I go? I'm not home. I wanna know. Can we trust the stars above to let us know? I'd go, but